Welcome back, Disney fans, to another magical episode of the Jamie and Stephen Show. Today, we're taking a leap into the future and a little bit of the past with Disney's Meet the Robinsons. This 2007 animated adventure is all about innovation, family, and embracing the idea that we should always keep moving forward. So grab your time machine, or maybe just a comfy seat on the couch, and join us for another magical Disney discussion filled with laughs, nostalgia, and fun facts. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Threads at The Jamie and Stephen Show. And if you enjoy the episode, please share, download, and leave us a review. It really does mean the world to us. Right, so Meet the Robinsons. Came out March 2007. Must have been Easter.
Yes.
Like
so
Easter weekend or something. So it's a very bizarre time.
at some point when I find it amongst my facts, I will. Oh no. So it was initially scheduled to be released on December the 15th, 2006, but was pushed back to March 2007 due to Disney's acquisition of Pixar.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'm not too sure whether Cars was released on December the 15th because it was pushed back from
2005.
which was Chicken Little.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether there was a bit of a, I'm not sure. Might be a bit,
Okay. I thought
yeah.
Cars came out in the summer, but
Who knows at this
who
point?
knows? If we ever do go down that road, I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
Right, IMDb synopsis. Lewis is a brilliant inventor who meets a mysterious stranger named Wilbur Robinson, whisking Lewis away in a time machine, and together they team up to track down Bowler Hat Guy in a showdown that ends with an unexpected twist of fate.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
I've met Bowler Hat Guy.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, at the parks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
I mean, he is one of them. What I know when he's out, people are like, "Oh my god!" He only comes
Yes.
out special occasions.
It was Halloween. It was the Boo to You parade, and he was
Okay. Kids must look at him and think, "Who is he, and which film is he from?"
Wow, if that's the case, then those kids should be there.
Oh,
No, because you're paying an extra $100 and something to go into that party.
yeah.
So, I do actually have a synopsis this week.
Oh, good.
Yes, decided because I know that it was a bit thingied with Chicken Little, and yeah, my wild one wasn't that wild. So a fun romp that shows the impracticalities of dinosaur arms.
Yes. Yes, it does. Yeah,
It does.
it does.
Oh, can't wait for some of the good films with a proper plot. Carry on taking the mick.
Right, it's an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah, that seems fine to me.
Okay.
Bit long for you, is it?
Yeah, too long for me.
We get towards the
Yeah, I
end.
could have easily cut 15 minutes. It's got 6.8 stars.
Okay.
Yeah. And it grossed 169.3 million. So nowhere near Chicken Little. Right. So like, I mean, I don't want to. No, we'll get to it in our opinion. We'll get to it in our opinion, right?
Do our opinions first.
Oh,
We can make the rules.
I know, but it just, want to keep the listeners in suspense because it's the fun part.
Okay.
Okay, director.
Yes.
Right, Stephen J. Anderson. So he was the story supervisor on Emperor's New Groove and Brother Bear and story artist on Tarzan. So he's not an outsider. He's come from within. This is his first time directing a Disney film.
Why
And
he was keen to direct?
he was keen, yes.
Do you know why?
Is it because he was adopted?
It's because he was
Yeah,
adopted. Yeah.
I did read that. Yes. But having then read about the book, because I had never heard of the book,
No, no,
and yeah, it's not really like the book.
no. I have got some differences, so if we've got time, I can
Yeah. Okay.
list them
Right. So
up.
we'll get
Yeah.
to that. So yeah. So in terms of as the writers. So the book is called A Day with Wilbur Robinson, and it was written by William Joyce, and he's also an executive producer, along with John Lasseter.
Yes.
Yes. The screenplay, there's a few people, but it includes the director, and we've got John Bernstein, Michelle Spitz, Don Hall,
Okay.
yeah, who's like he's done loads. Nathan Greeno, Orion Rodson, Joe Mateo. So yeah, Don Hall is one of them that's been around, like he's still there now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did like Princess and the Frog, Ray and the Lost Dragon, Big Hero 6, Strange World. So yeah, he's been there. So
Yeah.
before we get on to the cast, did you want to go into the
Bit
story?
background.
Yeah, a bit of
How it
background,
all
yes.
happened.
Go
Yeah.
on
So,
then.
basically, again, we're talking about this fusion between Disney and Pixar because you've now got, after this happened, you have got John Lasseter,
Mm-hmm.
who is now
Chief,
chief Imagineer
well,
anim
yeah, he's like in charge of Disney Animation, in charge
yeah,
of Pixar Animation, and he's even involved with the parks.
Imagineering. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's right there. So Disney acquired the rights in 2004. Work began, which included the writer and the directors, as you said. But then John Lasseter came in and did an early screening of the movie. And basically, he said that he didn't find the villain scary or threatening, which is ironic because Pixar are almost anti-villain now. Like they just don't want a villain.
No.
So it's annoying. Um, but basically he suggested a load of changes, and it was then developed over the next 10 months, where almost 60% of the movie had been scrapped. So he really came in and decided, do you know what? It's not working. We need to get that villain more exciting. We need some sidekicks. Um, it's because of him we have the dinosaur with the little arms,
Okay.
who I will say is one of the best parts of this film.
Right.
Love that dinosaur. And the whole ending was changed. As for the actual making of itself, like why it came about and all of that, there's not a lot of information out there.
No, I couldn't find.
It just feels like it was the next it because the book had come out in 1990. I felt maybe Disney had bought the rights because they thought, oh, time travel. Bear in mind that they'd done Treasure Planet and Atlantis when they'd got the rights to this film or they were working on them. And maybe it just fit in that box and then
Mhm.
they changed it. I don't know why it was done to CGI, whether it was always meant to be CGI. So yeah, not a lot.
Okay. When I looked into the book, there was no reference to adoption from what I mean, I've not actually read the book,
No,
but when I looked into the history of the books, I was trying to figure out, like, obviously I hadn't heard of this book. And it
no,
was
I
like, oh, was this a huge hit? And it had just gone under my radar. But yeah, there's nothing to say that A, it had time travel in it, and B, that it had anything to do with adoption. So I
no.
don't know if that's something that they put in, and that
So
the only similarity is the family and the names.
yeah, I think because going on that, like with the facts between the books and whatnot, so in the original book, Wilbur is not from the future.
Right.
So that little twist at the end about who Mr. Robinson is,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't happen in the book.
Right. So yeah, so I was right with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Mrs. Robinson doesn't have the frog bands. That's the grandfather.
Okay.
So basically, Wilbur's parents don't like their first names are never mentioned.
Okay.
So we probably have parents in there, but
Uh-huh.
Dimitri and Spike's competitiveness over doorbells is not shown. The book makes it clear that they are Wilbur's uncles, whilst in the movie they don't know who they're related to.
Yeah.
Lefty was green instead of purple. There is only one time machine, and it's only mentioned in passing, with it being claimed that Grandpa once sent himself back in time by accident.
Okay.
The Robinsons do not have a pet dinosaur. Instead, dinosaurs visit them whenever someone leaves the time machine on.
Right.
Buster does appear in it, but he's not talked about. And Cousin Pete, Uncle Wormley, Uncle Nimbus, Uncle Aubrey, and Uncle Judlow are not in the movie, whereas Fritz, Joe, and Petunia are not in the book. So it seems a little bit like, I want to say like a Roald Dahl kind of thing, where you've got probably this orphan child who meets this weird and wonderful family,
Mm-hmm.
and Disney have just adapted it through John Lasseter's notes
Yeah.
to incorporate more of that, because there was no dinosaur. The dinosaur wasn't included before,
Mm-hmm.
so that's included. The endings changed, including that twist.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it could be a completely different book, really. But I do get the
Well, yeah.
feeling it's a bit like a Roald Dahl book, so that might be one that I source and give a read.
Well, when I read into like the critics, so like when book critics, what they
Mm.
took from it was the illustration was what was most appealing because of
Okay.
the style in that it's like this 90, it's like that retro look, but it's been written it's in the future
Oh, okay.
ish. And yeah, and it's the illustration style that I think is where, and something about the deadpan writing. You
Okay.
would
Yeah.
maybe understand a bit more about that because of your writing.
Yeah. I mean, deadpan is kind of so. Might as well plug it. So, a book that I've been working on has the deadpan humor,
Okay.
um, and it to kind of give it its thing. It's basically when you're very. It's sarcasm. I suppose it's my kind of humor, really.
Yeah.
It's where you can literally just say something with no emotion, but actually it's either really dark or really funny.
Okay.
So yeah, that's.
Okay.
But yes, it would like to read it.
Yeah. Well, you probably like it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
So,
give
I
it a
mean,
go.
by the sounds of it, they too, it must have been, one of those books that somebody had, and I think with the illustration, so how the characters look, and the quirkiness of the characters in the book, they obviously thought, oh, do you know what? This would be interesting. We'll need to grab this and, maybe make something of this. I think that's obviously why they bought the rights.
I mean, one of the other things as well. So William Joyce has another book, and the Disney made a TV series on this. It's called Roly Poly Ollie, which I vaguely remember. I think my brother used to watch it.
Oh,
So it would have been around the same time.
oh, right.
Definitely,
Oh, well, that's probably
I
why
would
then.
say around 1999, 2000,
Right.
2001. Definitely around that time. And then obviously the rights had been bought by Disney 2002. But he also worked on, do you remember a film called Robots?
Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also his books.
Oh,
and that
Because
came out
that's
to
not a Disney film.
no, it's Blue Sky, so it's Ice Age.
Oh, because
I
doesn't
think
Robin Williams do a voice in that?
yeah, it's not a good film. Don't waste your time. But it's so maybe his kind of work was being seen at this point,
Must have been.
and maybe it's a case of because the director was very much like, oh, I wouldn't mind doing that one because of
Mm,
this,
yeah.
and that's how it all came about. But yes, but all speculation, obviously.
Yes, obviously, yes. We're only speculating. We don't know for sure, but that would make sense. They obviously thought, oh shit, this other studio has done a film in the future and it's all about robots. Robots, obviously they like the design of the robots. And
Yeah, they like
and they must have recognized the name when
yeah,
they seen that it was based on his book and thought, right, we need to get his book, one of his books.
yeah. Well, they bought the rights before robots came out, but it could be that rights were being bought up.
Okay.
So Disney has this issue back in the 1940s and 50s where they buy, because of how successful The Wizard of Oz was, Disney wants to buy the rights to the Wizard of Oz books.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically can only buy like a few at a time. And he
Yeah.
tries kind of collects them all up, but he doesn't want to do anything until he's got the whole lot, which
Uh-huh.
includes that original film.
Right.
So that's why we have Return to Oz in the 1980s. So it
Yes.
could be that there are, because there's other books. I can't remember who writes The Wizard of Oz now. It's gone out of my head, but there are other books that the Disney company owns the rights to
Uh-huh.
because of how successful The Wizard of Oz was. So it
Right.
could be that they are looking, oh, these are all the rights. Roly Poly Ollie is doing really well. Oh, Blue Sky have just bought the rights to robots.
Mm,
What else shall we get the rights to? Oh, we can get this one.
yeah.
So it might be that kind of thing where it's you buy the rights of a writer because of other things, not
Yeah.
necessarily because of that
Mm-hmm.
product or that story.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, hopefully one day we'll be speaking about your book getting bought the rights of.
Oh, can you imagine if they're a Disney fan? I don't think they'd make a Disney film of some of my books.
Not with your humor.
No, no. I mean, the most recent one I wrote has a cat having diarrhea in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Can't imagine Disney doing that.
No, no. Okay.
What are we on about? Meet the Robinsons. Yes.
Yes, yeah. So the cast,
Yes.
right. So just to prepare the listeners, this is not going to be the usual cast. It's not a lineup of stars. There's just the odd one. And unfortunately, the stars actually don't have big parts. Whether it was to keep the costs down, don't know, because it is very bizarre, the casting. I'm going to start with Mildred because on paper, for me, she's probably the most famous person in this film, and that is Angela Bassett. So Mildred is the woman who runs the orphanage. And yeah, so Angela Bassett, Black Panther, she's T'Challa's mum. She's currently in the successful 911 series.
Mhm.
And she famously played Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It back in the 90s. And she was in a chick flick with Whitney Houston called Waiting to Exhale, which is about four friends and their love lives. And that's just a small, I mean, she's done loads. And yeah, she's worked with so many amazing directors. I mean, oh, she's been in the Mission Impossible films. She's been in the Olympus Has Fallen and Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. Like she's done so many. So talented. Absolutely love her. I'm a huge fan. But yeah, I mean, Mildred's only a little role.
I
Little
had
role.
to work out who Mildred was. When I saw
Oh,
the name and I was like, who's Mildred in this? Because it didn't click that it was her.
Yeah,
'Cause I think her name's only mentioned once.
yeah. And I think it's
Um,
Goob that mentions the name.
yeah,
Right, Lewis.
yeah.
So, you know, one of the main characters, the main boy with the spiky blonde hair, is voiced by two boys, Daniel Hansen and Jordan Fry. Daniel Hansen was like they're not actors now. Like they've done parts, but they're not actors now. So Daniel Hansen was in Being John Malkovich, and he did a voice in The Road to El Dorado for DreamWorks.
Oh, okay.
And then Jordan Fry, people will know him as Mike TV from Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Um,
Yeah.
didn't like.
So Daniel was hired first, and unfortunately, halfway through the film, his voice broke. And then Jordan was brought in to continue doing the lines. To be honest, I didn't really notice the difference.
No, I didn't know that there was
People
two
do
people.
say that they did notice the difference, but
Liars. That's
I
just.
didn't. Yeah. Wilbur is voiced
Mhm.
by Wesley Singerman, and he doesn't act or do anything like that. He is a guitarist, a record producer, and songwriter.
Oh, okay.
Right. So again, right, I'm not going to go through all the characters in the family, the Robinson
No,
family, simply because of there isn't anybody famous. Like there's
no.
nobody that people would know. Most of the characters are voiced by um the makers of the film, the
Yeah.
cast and crew, like whether they're story artists or the director himself, like they all do bit voices. And even one of the characters who's a female and she's voiced by a man, which is I think
Yeah.
is funny. Yeah, really good tongue in cheek there. So Lucille Krunkelhorn. So she's the scientist lady that comes to the science fair
Yeah.
to observe all the science projects. And she's voiced by Laurie Metcalf, who is Andy's mum, Sheldon's mum, and
Gonna
Jim's
scream.
mum in Treasure Planet. So yeah. So we've already talked about
Yeah. Yeah.
Bowler Hat Guy is the director.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Uncle Art is Adam West,
Of
Batman.
course.
Yeah. Franny, who's Wilbur's mum, is voiced by Nicole Sullivan. Now, she's one of these actresses where she never really got big leading parts, but when you do see her, she is hilarious. She's had a role in Scrubs, King of Queens, and Blackish. She's one of those. Oh, when you see her, you'll know who I'm meaning. And then lastly, if listeners, there's anyone who hasn't seen the film and don't know the plot twist, I'm just sorry, but this is a big spoiler. So if you want to watch the film first, then stop now and pause the podcast because this was one of maybe three things I liked in this film. And that is the fact that Cornelius is voiced by Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tom Selleck.
I
We
love
all
Tom Selleck. Love, love, love Tom Selleck. So yeah.
I might be stealing a bit of your thunder when you go on to the music, but the frog, Frankie,
Oh yeah.
is the singing voice is Jamie Cullum, who
Yes.
at the time was
Oh, it's huge
it was
in
huge.
the
Like,
UK.
yeah. Um
And he's married
yeah.
to Sophie Dahl. Rolled
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah.
I
So
like it. I mean, I like his Christmas album more than I like his other music,
okay.
but yeah, no, he was big at the time.
Well, I can move on to music.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So hold on, because I don't want to get it wrong. Right. So the score of the film and the main theme song throughout the film, which is called The Future Has Arrived. So the future has arrived. That one that you hear very faintly when they first come into Todayland is written by Danny Elfman.
Wow.
And if listeners don't know who that is, then you've clearly never seen a Tim Burton film.
If they don't know who Danny Elfman is, press pause, Google him,
Yeah,
and come back with like your tail between your legs.
I
And
know.
yeah, welcome back.
And then, so there's four, no, five song titles, but I think one of them is, two of them are performed by Jamie Cullum. Yeah, the other three are from other people. So let's go with, I'll do these three. So we've got Another Believer, Where Is Your Heart At, and The Motion Waltz. And they are written, music and lyrics, by Rufus Wainwright. But Jamie Cullum sings Where Is Your Heart At? And he sings and writes along with Harry Ruby and Rube Bloom, Give Me the Simple Life. And then there's another song, Little Wonders, and that is written and performed by Rob Thomas, who had a hit with Santana. That she looks like the ocean under the moon. That one.
Yeah.
Got the kind of love, be so cruel.
Which
Oh, give
again
me
would
your
be,
heart, make it real, or just forget about it. That's him.
well, let's hope we don't have to pay royalties to him. No, that song was really big as well. I remember that being everywhere.
Yeah, that was huge.
Uh,
So yeah, and he's from a band, but I can't think what it is. Is it Matchbox 20 or something?
But
Maybe.
tell you
Who
that
knows?
one.
Anyway,
I
yeah.
know right at the end they have the Jonas Brothers, who again were really big at the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know or hear or know anything about Jonas Brothers until I came back to the UK. So
They were big.
yeah, I know.
I
Uh,
think they still are big. I still think that they're like,
oh yeah.
but at this point, I think they're just broken into. I think
Mhm.
Camp Rock had come out, and they were on that.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, so that is the music.
You
As
did.
you know, not wanting to spoil my opinion later, but nothing memorable in that music, I'm afraid. And yeah, same with the fact that Danny Elfman writes the score. Like it's not one where if it had been playing in the background, I would go, oh yeah, that is so Danny Elfman. No.
It's just a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. I was quite shocked to see his name all attached to this because I didn't recognize the
No, I didn't know that.
because I feel he has a tell. Like his
Mm.
you can tell that it's Danny Elfman. I mean, the Desperate Housewives soundtrack, like opening
Yeah.
sequence. I mean, that's so Danny Elfman.
Yeah. He kind of he's very good at that. It's almost like a drop sound. You know that because in Desperate Housewives you do, and then in The Simpsons it's do.
Yeah,
It's a drop. I don't know how
yeah.
to. It's almost like a xylophone, but not.
I know what you mean.
He's very. That's like his.
To me, it's like eerie, but like I want to keep listening to it. Like
Yeah.
it's got my attention, but it's like, oh, this doesn't sound joyful. Like
Yeah.
there's an eeriness to it, like, ooh, like like a curiousness. Like I want to know where this has come from or why
Mhm.
I like why do I like this? And yeah, it's just he just like I say, he has a tell, like you know when it's his work.
Yeah.
But
Except
unfortunately,
for
this
this.
isn't one of them.
No. I have a few random facts. This was really hard to research, this one, to be
Yeah,
completely
same. I
honest.
struggled.
I found it difficult. So I've got loads of like random different facts. So
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier on when they arrive in Todayland. Well, that reference is a reference to Tomorrowland, but obviously it's the future, so it's today, which
Yes.
it's
Bit
that,
of tongue in cheek.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that happens, that humor happens a lot in this film.
Yeah.
So Wilbur goes, who does Lewis look like? And Lewis goes, Tom Selleck. Obviously, because that is who Mr. Robinson is voiced by. And
Yes.
it's so tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
such a nod to the audience. And yeah, I appreciate that. Um, Many of his inventions of the future look like Tomorrowland attractions.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have that feel of the Tomorrowland Park.
In Walt Disney World, because obviously I've now
Mhm.
experienced
Yeah.
that, but not like, I mean, it's definitely like Tomorrowland in America. It's nothing like Discoveryland.
No.
Treasure Planet is like
Yeah.
Discoveryland in Disneyland Paris.
There are also, because some of the rides, so the Orbitron and whatnot, obviously they're
Yeah.
cross-referenced. That they're in both of the parks. So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, mainly like Tomorrowland. But it does really feel it's set in what Tomorrowland is at the parks.
Oh, yeah.
Like this could have been the Tomorrowland film.
Uh-huh.
Like we've had Pirates of the Caribbean, we've had Haunted Mansion. Now this is Tomorrowland. But
Yeah.
instead we got George Clooney. I haven't
I
seen that
know.
film, but we
Oh,
we got
don't.
George
It's
Clooney.
awful. And it actually has absolutely nothing to do with.
Whereas I feel like this has something to do with it. And
Yes.
when I went over to Florida the first time and Tomorrowland was there, it's like, yes,
Uh-huh.
I get it. And it was like
Yeah.
that's like Meet the Robinsons. And it's like
Yes.
so when we went over Chicken Little, we said that that was the last film to have the previous logo. This is only
Yes.
the first film to have the new logo, which is a 3D castle.
Yes.
We
Well,
no
it's the
longer
one we still have now.
yes, we don't have those kind of like weird bars and
No.
although you say it's the one we have now, it's slightly tweaked now. Encanto tweaked it. But yes, you are right.
Okay.
It is the castle, but it has been tweaked. And I think Wish tweaked it again. Um,
Yeah, and sometimes they will alter it depending
yeah,
on the
yeah,
film, but the basis of it and with the Mickey
yeah.
Steamboat Willie and all that, that's the same.
It's
Like,
correct.
yeah, we've still got all that.
I mentioned earlier on it was meant to be released in December 2006, but it was released in 2007, so it means 2006. Although it missed a Disney film because they wanted to do one every year, we had The
Mm,
Wild.
I know,
In the UK, we count that as one of the Disney classics,
I know,
whereas
which is why we did an episode on it.
yeah, because we don't class dinosaur. So
I
uh,
know.
anyway, there was meant to be a sequel, which was tentatively called Meet the Robinsons 2 First Date. But as mentioned, John Lasseter came in and basically cancelled all of those Disney Toon sequels. So when it was released in the 3D screenings, because obviously we're now in that era of
I know.
3D cinema, it was preceded by the 1953 short film Working for Peanuts. But for everyone else who went to go see it not in 3D, it was Boat Builders, which was from 1938. And this film is often quoted as being like the one dedicated to Walt Disney and things. And I don't know, I just don't think it is. I just don't. I think it like mentions Walt Disney, but I don't think it's kind of dedicated to him.
I mean, they've even got a picture of him in the orphanage.
They do have a picture, but they also have a picture of Tesla. I don't think it's dedicated to Walt.
I don't want it to be dedicated to Walt. And
No,
that's my problem. I don't want this film to be dedicated to him. There are elements in it where, you know, yes, okay, I do like the whole it looking like the Tomorrowland. And obviously, he was there when that was designed for the Disneyland
yeah,
park. And the fact that they use one of his phrases throughout, which really irks me because it's like, of all the films, I just don't like that it's this one because it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough to be dedicated to him in that sense.
I wish this was the first 3D film because then it would make sense because it's like here we are moving into the future, new style of animation. Let's face it, Walt would have tried to pioneer with, he wouldn't have let Pixar do it. Or if Pixar had come up and done CGI films, he would have done something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or he would have used that as the basis to move it onto something else. So I do wish this was because then that would all make sense.
Yeah.
This is the only Walt Disney Animation Studio film to be executive produced by John Lasseter until Ralph breaks the internet.
Yeah.
There is one little goof in the movie. Lewis takes off the wheel for the time machine, which makes it crash.
Yes.
When they get back on the time machine, the wheel's back there for no explanation.
Right. Okay.
They are pretty forgetful about continuity in this. So basically, there were two time machines, and the fate of the second time machine is never revealed because Lewis brought Goob back to the future in the first time machine, which means the second time machine is still in present day or
Right.
2007.
Yeah.
One of Doris's flashback sequences shows the main characters from Disney's cancelled movie My Peoples. So when they go back and they meet up, he meets Bowler Hat Guy or she meets Bowler Hat Guy.
Yeah, I've got it written down. It's in the rejected inventions room. And I paused the scene to see. I mean, obviously, I've not looked at these films. Yeah, it's characters from films My People and Wildlife. But honestly, like this fact is almost like pointless because you can't really see the inventions because they're all in those glass cases and they deliberately make the rest of them very, very dark. So yeah, when I looked, it was like, oh, and you can't really make out what the characters look like. There was one that kind of looked like I couldn't make it if it was a cat or
most likely a lion if it's wildlife, because there's the rumor that
but
the
then
wild
it
is
had this
wildlife.
weird belly, almost as I think it was because it's maybe supposed to be like a robot sort of cat. But other than that, I couldn't make out any other character, like what they could be. Yeah, and I hadn't heard of those projects either.
There are posters. They're very worn out, but there are posters to Toy Story 2 in the Jungle Book when they are towards the end, when Goob wakes up during his baseball game. You see the two posters in the background. It's so far the only Walt Disney Animation Studios film to use 5.1 surround sound effects. Now that's the effects only, not the music. But Pixar use 5.1 surround sound on everything.
Yeah.
And in the scene when Lizzie originally holds up a piece of paper reading boring, in the other international version, so in the different languages and things, it simply just has like loads of Zs to indicate falling asleep.
Okay.
However, if you bought the Google Play version of the film, you would have got that version with all the Zs on, even if you were in America or not.
Oh, right. Okay.
And it is so far the final Fiji animated film to be rated G or U, we know it in the UK. The first one being Chicken Little, because that is the first one. Because from Bolt onwards, they would all be rated PG. Finally, Wish.
Okay. Oh, we've not spoken about Wish in a while, Stephen.
So we are missing a reference to this film. That is
Okay.
it's not in the end credits.
Don't blame them. But yeah, it is annoying because they've got a character from
Yeah.
but it's not the only film that doesn't have a character.
No. However, between Chicken Little and Bolt in those end credits, because Chicken Little got one,
Yeah.
there is a shooting star, which is meant to represent the time machine. And The reason for this, and this is, I would say why in when we get onto Wish.
Okay.
That's how I think.
Go.
But there is a nod to this film with that star, which is meant to be the time machine. But you'll have to find the second half of that fact when we do Wish.
Right.
Put pin in it.
Yeah, you'll have to
Um,
remember.
yes, no, oh, I will.
Okay.
Yes, that's where my research has led me, and I think I've solved the conundrum of why
Okay.
certain films aren't missed.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. I'm out of facts.
Well,
So,
the only one that you haven't said that I've got written down is the fact that it was originally going to be a live action film.
okay,
And I kind of wish they'd done it as a live action.
not at that time though, because CGI at that time was awful. Now,
Just because of like how well the Pirates film was. And if they had done Tomorrowland, like then at that, at that
yeah,
time, and the way and just like the casting, and like having those quirky characters in a live film, I think I would have embraced them a bit better.
yeah. Do you know what would be really good if they made a Muppets version?
Oh, no, Stephen.
Yes,
No, you're just
yeah.
taking it too far now.
No, can you? This is the perfect thing for it because there's all Muppets have cameos. There's obviously hundreds of Muppets that it could be. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like yeah, this is asking for a Muppet remake.
Right. So yeah, that I don't have anything else, just my opinion.
Go on then, let's hear your opinion.
Okay. So I have positives.
Okay.
Okay. I liked the concept of this boy still needing to find his family or a
Yeah.
family to belong to. And I liked that he was struggling to accept that, his mom had left him because, he thinks it's his fault that he's not wanted. And, obviously, Mildred, bless her, trying to make him feel better by saying, well, do you not think maybe your mom couldn't look after you? And that's why she thought it would be better. And then, of course, he's got it in his head that he wants to go back and tell her, which I would imagine so many young children who know very early on that they've been left by their birth parents and that they're up for adoption, they must go through the same thing. And so I do like that idea. And I love that, Disney chose to put that in a film. And I like the design of the film. Like, I really like the design
Yeah.
because when we did The Wild and we spoke about how the animation was in that film and
Yeah.
how it didn't look Disney, that they clearly didn't want to animate people. And I mean, even Pixar, if I don't know if you've ever watched the Pixar story, but I have, and it's one of my favorites to put on. They do say in that they stayed away from
Yeah.
humans because they really struggled when they were doing Toy Story, which is
Yeah.
why you don't see Andy's mum's face. And you just sort of see Andy and Sid. But because
Yeah.
they were struggling with humans, they stayed away from a human story until The Incredibles.
Well, we've all seen Tin Toy with that
Oh, the baby.
ferocious baby.
Oh, it's like a
Like,
monster.
yeah,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
yeah,
So the fact that it's only taken Disney a couple of years and they have very easily animated humans, and I felt that like they looked Disney, like
yeah,
Wilbur especially.
yeah.
I think I was very pleased with how it looked, and I liked the character designs, and I did like some of the Easter eggs in this film. As I said last week, the Easter
The
eggs and
Weeping.
pop culture references was ridiculous with Chicken Little.
Yeah.
But this, was kind of like, I mean, a lot of them I missed, and then when I have watched it again, I've then spotted it. And the reveal of Tom Selleck's voice
Yeah.
is my favorite bit, which I think says a lot about how I feel about this film.
Oh,
The fact that voice, and I'll never forget the first time I watched it, which must have been with Ben. I don't remember watching it with my mum, but I just remember loving that at the end because I'm a huge Tom Selleck fan. Right, so the negatives. Bless, I hate to think what the villain was like before John Lasseter stepped in, because as far as I'm concerned, this is not a good villain. I wouldn't even class the bowler hat guy as a villain, really. The humor that they put in for his character, it's so hard to think of him as a villain. I know the hat is ultimately
yeah.
the baddie, but when you look at the list of Disney villains, it's not the bowler hat, it's the bowler hat guy.
Yeah.
It's down.
Although we had Doris in our Disney villain ranking game.
We did,
Yes, because we are purists.
yes. And even though she is the real villain and not the guy or Goob, as it's revealed, which, when that twist was revealed to us, again, it was kind of like, I just didn't see it.
Oh,
Like
I
when they
did.
did the transition in of him being like so distraught. Oh, I just thought it was really pathetic of the reason, like because the whole baseball thing and him like living in the orphanage, even though it was closed, it just seemed really like, oh, they must have, this is clearly like one of the things that they did that had to be changed. And it was
Would you
just,
not think, because obviously Lewis at that point is obsessed with his birth parents, with birth mom especially. So do you not think it would be a good analogy that if Lewis didn't have this experience of meeting the Robinsons, that he would go down that path as well of this resentment? And that's what happened with Goob.
oh no, that didn't enter my head.
What film are you watching?
Hmm. Wow, maybe you're going too deep, Stephen.
It's a
It's a
very deep
kids'
film.
film. Well, a
Oh,
family film.
yeah.
Yeah, as
Now
and
you're thinking about it, now you think, oh,
no, no, because I've lost my train of thought by you
oh,
mentioning that. That's the only thing. The bit that is probably one of my favorite scenes is the grandpa introducing Lewis to all the family members. I find that quite quirky.
yeah.
But then I don't really remember before and after. Like, so when I always think about the film, it's that scene that always comes to mind. It's nothing else in the film. And I think that was another issue for me. Like when going to rewatch it for this podcast, I forgot about the whole, like, why he is obsessed with the invention thing and making this time machine. And I forgot about the story of the hat.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it is literally the introduction to the family and then the very, very end. But the end of just the reveal that it's Tom Selleck doing the voice. Oh yeah, and the music, that was something that else. Like the music just
Yeah.
wasn't memorable. And none of the songs, like, and even when I put on Say I Say to Her, oh, Alexa,
Yeah.
play Disney hits. This never comes on.
No.
No, this never comes on. Even at the end, when random songs from like the Treasure Planet song comes on, right? This doesn't.
No.
I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, there was a
you're
lot
still
more
doing
things
this.
that I liked compared to the previous films.
A
One
solid two,
point,
number
it
two.
was a solid 2. Like it wasn't as bad to get a 1 because there were things that, were original and quirky, and I'm a sucker for sci-fi. Like I really do like sci-fi. And I loved that at the heart of the story, it was about this boy trying to find a family, and that is so relatable at any time.
So I love the animation in this. I think it
Hmm.
looks really, really good. It's got its own style.
Hmm.
It looks different from any other film.
Hmm.
Like, although it's made with similar technology to Chicken Little, they look different.
Hmm.
It looks completely different from The Wild. It looks different from Pixar, although I think Pixar has stolen some of the style most recently from this film
Uh-huh.
with like Elio and Hoppers, and they their humans now look like Meet the Robinson
Hmm.
humans.
Hmm.
You're right with the music, but when we get the Muppet version, that'll be corrected. That's just, the story, I think's a brilliant story. It's one of the very, very, and I mean very, few times a film has brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, Stephen.
Because it's sad, but it's also hilarious.
Uh-huh.
And I can still remember the trailer on TV for when this film came out.
Okay.
And it was the dinosaur going, I've got a big head and little arms. That
Uh-huh.
is, it's always stuck with me, and I've always found it funny. When we went to go, as I say, we saw Bowler Hat Guy at Disney, and I was like, I mean, he was there with the likes of Cruella, and
Mm.
just seen Lotso, and Lotso had not long been like this big bill. He was the one I was most impressed with.
Okay.
And yeah, I just like this film. I scored it a little bit higher than you. I gave it a 4.
Wow.
Yeah. I do like this film. I do.
Okay.
If you was to ask me to list my favorite Disney film, it wouldn't be like in my top bracket, but it will be near the top of the next bracket down.
Okay.
As I say, it's when we were talking about Chicken Little the other week, we I said that was kind of the beginning.
Yeah,
So
clearly for you. Yeah.
for me, Meet the Robinsons is the start of the new era of Disney for
Okay.
me. As I said, I think it takes a good 15 years before they trip up again. I think everyone should just go and watch this film and enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy everything about it. Look for the jokes. The frogs are amazing. The dinosaurs amazing. Doris is amazing. Every member of that family, it just is stupid,
No.
but it's just fun, and that's what we need in 2026. We need some
Oh,
fun.
bless you, Stephen.
We do need some fun. So yeah,
Oh,
a
right.
4 from me and a 2 from you.
I know 2 weeks in a row where you've scored higher than me.
I know.
Or is it 3 weeks?
Yes, because
Because
we've
I gave
had
The Wild a 1 and you gave it a 2.
yeah, and Home on the Rain.
Yeah, Home on the Range was a 1. Oh my God.
No, it got
Get me
2.
started.
Yeah, no, I scored a bit higher on that one
Mm, yeah, so yeah.
because
Wow. How the tables have turned.
and on that note.
On that note, please get in touch and let us know if Meet the Robinsons is one of your favorites.
Well, it
Do you
should be.
think that Meet the Robinsons is Disney's most underrated film?
Yeah, it's an
And
underrated film.
have you read the book?
Yeah, I've
Listeners,
done.
yeah, any listeners read the book or got the book or grew up with the book? And merch, because I don't remember merch for this. I mean, I know I wasn't a kid.
Yes, send it through because
We know McDonald's are no longer doing the toys.
we've got to wait a year to whether they'll do a 20th anniversary pin or
Tree ornament.
Christmas ornament.
Did they not do one for 15 years?
No,
No? So you don't have a tree ornament for this film?
no.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is underrated then.
My gaps are from Tarzan onwards.
Right, okay.
Most of the gaps are because they did a Black Cauldron one last year. So
Yeah.
that. I've got a Chicken Little one, but that
Have
isn't.
you?
Yeah, but that was from Hallmark,
Oh, so it's not a Disney store official.
not a Disney store, no, but it's Hallmark.
Okay.
So yeah,
And well, that didn't get 20 years last year, so clearly
no,
want to forget about that chicken.
yes, which well, they did do pins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did have the pins, and I've got a Chicken Little pin. I don't have a Meet the Robinsons pin.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out next year.
Yeah.
Right, yes, you can get in
Hello.
touch with us on Threads, Facebook, Instagram at The Jamie and Stephen Show. You can also email us, The Jamie and Stephen Show at outlook.com. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. It's free to leave a review, even if you just give us a star rating. And any other episode that you've listened to.
And if you didn't like the episode, give it a 5-star review. No, honestly, stay with me. Give it a 5-star review and send it to someone you don't like. Because then we get the 5-star and you get humour.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
It is.
So, TTFN.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.